Hello, whistling friends everywhere. Today I'm going to do a tune breakdown of a lovely tune. It's a waltz called Margrets Waltz. It's also known as Sweethearts, and it was composed by a chap called Shuldham Shaw. Aly Bain plays this and has played this many times, and he's famous for playing this tune. It's a lovely, sort of fairly straightforward waltz. We're not going to clutter it up with too much in the way of ornamentation, but at first we're just going to play it through and let's have a look at some breathing that we can do on this. Again, we want to sort of try and make the breathing fit in with the piece, and it's fairly straightforward, but it's nice to make sure that the breathing isn't going to sort of get in the way of the flow of the piece. So we'll just have a look at that first. So, like many tunes, this starts on what's known as an anacrusis. Now, an anacrusis is where it doesn't start on the first beat of the bar. So we count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then we come in on 3 and. So we got that nice sort of dotted rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So you can breathe if you need to after that long B, but in the last bar on the first line we've got a long A. So it'd be a good place to see if you could get to that. That's a nice sort of natural place to breathe. However, depending if you're playing this on a low whistle or if you're playing it very slowly, you might need to add some more breaths. So I tend to play it at this speed. Which is a sort of a nice moderate tempo, but when you're learning this, first of all, you might need to sort of put some more breaths in, especially if you're playing it really slowly. So if you play you might need to take a breath after the B. So we'll take a breath there, and then we can go. Now you might need to take a breath after the D. And then after the G in the first time bar. So let's play it really slowly and we'll put in the breaths that we need to. 1, 2. So that's the end of our A part. So I was playing it fairly slow there. Now if I'm playing it at a quicker tempo, then I won't need to breathe as much. So if I play it a bit faster, so I was quite comfortable to take a breath after the A at the end of the first line, the half note or the minim A, and then I could play, take a breath after I played the G in the first time and the second time bar. So let's try that again at a nice sort of steady tempo, just having a look through that first bit. So in terms of tonguing and slurring, It's kind of up to you. This is what I do. So what I'm going to do with my tonguing is I'm going to nod my head when I'm tonguing. So I'm going to do it slowly first so you can see. Now, of course, you can play that all slurred if you want, and then just articulate the notes which are the same by using cuts. And again, it's up to you. I'll play it the second way, so it's all slurred. So on that bar with the two Bs, I'm separating with a cut. So let's play it now with the tongued articulation. As I said, it's up to you how you want to articulate it. There's no right or wrong way of doing it. The most important thing is if you are doing it all in the sort of the slur in the one breath, you need to make sure that your fingering is nice and clean. Now if I tongue it, I'll play it all slurred now. So it works both ways. I prefer to articulate it with the tongue. To me, it just sounds a bit better. But there's no wrong or right way of doing it. And if you prefer to do it all in one long breath and just do it with finger movements alone, that's absolutely fine. So that's the A part. Let's have a look at the B part now. So we'll start with the B part, which comes at the end of the second time bar. So we want to go. So that's where I would want to take a breath after that D, end of line 3. So let's do that again. So I can get a breath which will carry me all the way to the end of that third line. So the next phrase, I'm going to try and get to the A at the end of the fourth line. And again, if you're playing it much slower or on a big whistle, you may well need to take an additional breath. So you could go. But again, if you're playing it at speed or a little bit quicker. comfortably be able to get to that A. Okay, so the next bit, we're going to use that same phrase and we're going to get to the A at the end of line 5. So we've got let's do that again. And again, if we're doing it slowly. And then the last bit. Or if we're doing it very slowly. So with the articulation, again, you can do it all in one long phrase, which I'll do first, and then I'll show you what I do with the tongued articulation. So we'll go from the end of the second time bar. Now I'm going to play the same thing again at the same speed but with some tongued articulation. So again, have a go at both ways, see which you prefer. You can even change the articulation. It's not one way of doing this, but this is kind of what works for me. Right, I'm going to set my click and we're going to play it through. We repeat the A part and then we go into the B. So it's A, second time bar, and then B. And I'm going to set my click fairly slowly. So I think let's start off at a nice steady tempo. So I think we'll do a version at 44, which is really quite slow. 1, 2, bum ba bum, ba bum bum bum. Actually, that is maybe a little bit too slow. Let's try it at 56. That would probably be a bit better. Yeah, that's a bit better. I'll just turn it up. So click it set to 56. Nice slow tempo, just to get used to the breathing and the articulation. 1, 2. So that was at 56. Let's try it now a little bit faster, and you'll see how you don't need to breathe as much. So I've put my metronome up to 82, which is quite a bit faster, and now I'm going to play it at 82, and you will see that you don't need to take as many breaths because we're playing it a bit quicker. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So if you're going to play it on a bigger whistle, or yeah, a whistle which needs more air, then you are going to have to breathe a bit more. So again, let's adopt the rule that we're going to breathe after a longer note rather than the shorter note. So I'm going to do it again, but I'm going to pretend that I've got a much more air-hungry whistle. Or no, let's do it on the low D. Let me grab my low D whistle. Oh, that's a low C. Let's find my low D. Here we go. So this is my MK Pro low D whistle. And again, I'm going to do it at 82, but you'll see that I need to change the breathing on a low whistle. So 2, 3, 1, 2. So as you can see, bigger ball needs more air. I need to breathe more. So again, the most important thing is when you're playing these kinds of tunes is not to displace the tempo. So don't take too long to take a breath. It's really important that we take a breath in the correct rhythm so we don't displace the tempo. It will need a bit of practice, but you need to, as I've always said, make the breathing part of the tune. So the breath becomes part of the rhythm and it becomes one, and I like this word, homogeneous sound. Yeah. Okay, so that's our basic version of it. Let's see what we can do in terms of adding a few little bits and pieces to this. So we can add some slides and some finger vibrato and a few little bits to sort of enliven this tune a bit. So let's have a look again from the top. Okay, so let's go back to the A part and a few little sort of bits that I do on this just to sort of make it flow, make it a little bit more interesting. So on the anacrusis, so da 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 dum. So I'm going G, A, G, E. So I'm putting a little sliding up from the A to the B and putting a little bit of finger vibrato. So again, da, 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 da. So I'm using the same A, B, A, G, a little run up and down. And again, we're going to slide up from G to A on that last bit. So from the top. So the next bit, putting that little, just that little ornament there. So sliding from the A to the B up to the D. So I've got that same little and some finger vibrato on the G. So I'm going to play it all the way through the A part, play it through twice with those ornaments that we've talked about. 1, 2. So, just a few little things that I do to add, just a few little, they're not really variations, they're just little passing notes really. And again, like anything else, use them if you like them. If you don't, then there's nothing wrong with just playing it straight. It's absolutely fine. It's a gorgeous little tune. And whatever you do, you might want to keep it sort of fairly simple. We don't want to over egg the pudding, as they say. We want to keep it nice and in keeping with the sort of the style which it was written in. Okay, so the B part. Just put a little trill on that F in the second bar of the third line. So a few little bits there, yeah? So I'm doing what's called a cut slide. So I'm cutting from the F, cutting and sliding up to the B. And then just putting a little trill on the F. So I'm going. So let's try that again. Okay, let's move on, have a look at the next phrase. Again, doing a little slide off from the D, slide off the A to the B. And again, we can put that same figure. So, again, I'm not doing the C natural, I'm doing the C sharp, because it's just a passing note. You're not really going to spend any time on that. So, It's fine to use the C sharp there. Right, let's try that section. So we're going from the end of line 3 to the A on line 4. So moving on, we can do the same kind of ornament again, that slide, cut slide on the high G. Yeah. Just doing a little trill on the F. And again, sliding up from the G to the A. And then the last bit. And putting that little okay, I'm going to play it all the way through now with the added ornamentation that we've put in. Not a great deal, just a few little slides and a few little passing phrases. So here we go. 1, 2. And that's probably as much as I would do with that. I wouldn't want to over ornament it because you lose the kind of simplicity of the tune, and it's a lovely simple little waltz. And what I'm trying to do is just add a few little bits to enhance the melody. If we're going too far off it and we're adding tons of variations and things like that, I think you lose the kind of meaning behind this this waltz. So anyway, that's about it, folks. That's Margrets Waltz. Have fun with it. It's a lovely little tune. You can keep it as simple as you want, or you can add a few little variations or a few little ornaments, a few slides, a few little passing motifs if you like. But most of all, have fun with it. Okay, folks, that's all from me for today. I'm going to be doing some more tutorials very soon, some more tune breakdowns, so keep your eyes peeled. And also, if you could subscribe, that would be fantastic. Also, comments, yeah, get in touch with me, leave some comments if you've got any requests, if you've got anything that you're stuck on or you need help with. I will be very happy to oblige. So leave comments, like and share with everybody you know, and even people you don't know if you want. Yeah, so enjoy it. Margrets Waltz, lovely little tune, and I shall see you very soon. You take care now, folks. Bye for now.